You do the intro, Doc.
You got it, brother.
Hi, everybody. This is Tom Jones with my favorite DJ, Jimmy Deal.
And my favorite DJ and friend, Jimmy Deal. This is the Jimmy Deal Celebrity Spotlight Show, and I'm Doc G. Welcome.
Thank you, Doc G. How are you today? And my special guest is Biagio. Great to have you, my friend. How are you?
Thanks for having me. It's an honor being on for you guys. Thank you.
You know, we've been friends on Facebook for so long, and it's so nice to talk to you in person. I actually never spoke to you. We've been friends for, it seems like forever on Facebook.
Yeah, we're always commenting to each other, but we never spoke. You're right.
Right. Now, you have so many CDs out. I mean, I absolutely love your music. I'm a big, big fan. Tell me about your first CD. Did you always want to be a singer? How did you get that all going?
No, actually, believe it or not, I'm a keyboard player. And
Really?
I do background vocals. I was never the lead. Never. But what happened was a lot of my friends were DJing, and I pretty much go to the Italian American sector. All right. That's where I, did most of the weddings. I did weddings and all that kind of stuff. And they were saying that most of the recordings were old, like actually an acoustic bass, an upright bass they're playing instead of an electric bass. So they wanted something more up to date. So that's my first album I came up with. I called it Festa Italiano. I turned around and I grabbed like 27 tracks, including Happy Birthday sung in Italian.
Wow.
And I'm going to do everything. Well, today's technology, whatever. And I just kind of changed the beat and try to bring more upbeat to it.
Right. You have Channel Luna on there, right? One of my favorites.
Oh, yeah. It's a great one.
You're going to remember this, you guys, but there was a magazine out called Mobile Beat, DJ magazine, back in the day. I don't know if you remember. And back in the day, you're going to probably get a kick out of this. When I first came out with that CD, I sold around 25,000 of those CDs because back then you couldn't burn CDs. The DJs had to buy one. You couldn't burn CDs. So you had to, if you had 7 or 8 guys in a DJ company, everybody needed one. So I was selling a lot of them. So me thinking, I said, wow, the CDs are going good. So I started going to stores, if you remember them, Sam Goody, Coconuts.
Sure. Absolutely. I remember.
I went to the buyer because I was selling these online at Mobile Beat. I think it was $22 because it was 27 tracks. So you're going to get a kick out of this. I go to, I think it was Sam Goody, or did Sam Goody sell CDs? I think they did.
They did. Yeah.
Oh, so it was Sam Goody. I go to the buyer and he goes, this is all you have is one CD? I said, yeah, but it's got everything on it. It's an Italian CD. It covers everything, right? So he goes to me, what are you going to sell it to me for? I go, well, I'm selling it retail 22. I don't know, $15. He goes to me, you want $15? I go, why? He goes, I sell Billy Joel. I buy him for $7.
Oh, wow.
so he goes,
wow.
I said, okay, give me $10. And he actually ordered 300 of them.
Oh, my God. Wow. So you do a lot of live shows around Long Island. You do New Jersey. You do New York.
Yeah, been lucky enough, fortunate enough. I love music, obviously. That's my passion. So I took a lot of songs, including Shut Up in Your Face was one of the ones I took back. I think it was 1980 or 82.
I remember.
But I got to throw a dance beat on this. So I took it. And with that, it started opening up a lot of doors for me, and obviously it's not my song. But I took it and I started, doing a little Italian festivals. Next thing you know, I was doing the Tropicana in AC.
Wow.
I actually too with this, with different songs. And right now I try to do maybe one song every couple of months, something new.
Biagio, what was that song? The reason why you liked it so much? Was it that hook that you heard? Shut Up in Your Face?
Yeah, you know what?
That got me.
Yeah, you know why? Because I played, like I was telling you, I used to play in a wedding band. And we used to go, what's the matter you? Hey, shut up in your face. So
that's it, yeah.
I got to start doing the hand movements, the Italian. I got to change the beat. And I said, wouldn't this be great even for radio? Somebody talk, shut up your face. I thought it was great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Up on that, but the song went real well. It actually, in Germany, they were playing it on the radio, and in Italian, they were playing it on the radio.
Nice.
So I have more followers, believe it or not, in Italy and Germany.
Wow, amazing!
They love that song.
Yeah.
I grew up in an Italian household, man. I said, my dad used to listen to Jerry Vale, Jimmy Roselli, You know, my personal favorite was Lou Monte. I loved Lou Monte.
Oh,
Did you ever meet or work with any of those guys ever?
I would have loved to. I would have loved to. No, I mean, most of the singers I've performed with are from Italy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know, there's a Sanremo festival in Italy. That's the biggest, festival there.
Okay.
And in the honor of Massimo Ranieri, I don't know if you know the name, but he's basically the Italian. He's an actor. He's a singer. He's got the biggest hits. So I'm very fortunate. I've performed with a lot of heavy hitters out there.
Nice. Do you have any influences? Anybody influenced you? Any Italian singers or comedians, anything like that?
Basically, I don't know if you know Eros Ramazzotti. These are all Italian singers.
Right.
Funny, I know.
I know the American Italian ones mostly.
Yeah, Dean Martin.
Dean Martin, Sinatra.
Right, that's right.
Believe it or not, I love the music from the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll explain why in my end. I thought the musicians, there were bands. There was more input from the band. It's not like today that one guy goes out and sings, and I'm not making fun of anybody. But before, there were harmonies. Everything was done from the heart and soul. They put their heart and soul in. And some of these musicians, I mean, I loved Boston. I'm just using, some of the bands, obviously, that influenced me growing up. But I love the 70s and 80s, the harmonies, the music,
Nice.
and everything. Today, it's a little easier, even for DJs. They just plug in and they get something that's already pre-recorded and they just let it go, you know? And I don't like looping and all that stuff. That's why I try to take songs. I mean, I did do an original, believe it or not, and didn't go as well as my other stuff. But I had the Mad Stuntman. I don't know if you know who that is, but he sang the song, I Like to Move It. I Like to Move
Oh, sure.
from Madagascar.
I know it. Yep, I know it.
But basically, my motive and everything was to take a lot of these older songs and try to put life into it. You know what I mean? Life into it. Let the younger generation know what great music we had.
Right.
And it's still great, I think. I think it's the best music that was ever, made.
Of course. Love the 80s stuff, man. Love all the stuff from the 70s and 80s. Some of my favorite music growing up.
Yeah.
And your music absolutely, I put on your music, man, and you jam with those songs, really. I mean, those songs are absolutely great. I mean, you remind me so much of Lou Monte, man, and what he did. But, I mean, you just got such a beat behind it, and you get people moving. You're unbelievable. Love your stuff, man. That's
what I try to do. I want everybody to have fun. When I go there, I want it to be a party. I want everybody dancing, moving their hands and just having a good time.
Now, you toured Italy, right? You Rome, Naples, Venice. How often do you get back there? I know lately with the COVID, I know it's tough, but
Yeah, I was there. I was there 2 years ago, and I did a tour. And I hit Sicily. I went to Capri,
nice.
Rome. Nice places, right? And
gorgeous. This
year, unfortunately, with the COVID, I was going to tour 10 different cities with some of the biggest bands and singers out there.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, it didn't happen. So now we're going to try, obviously, for 2021 if it happens.
Nice.
And I got to tell you, they love American music there. I'm sure you know. They play American music.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because when I was there about 10 years ago, and I was on a bus and I was touring like Venice, and we were going from Lake Como to Tuscany, and I was listening to Tom Jones on the bus. It was crazy because I thought I'd hear all Italian music, and I was hearing all American music. It was crazy. It is. It's funny. Yeah. Do you have a favorite place to perform in Italy? I mean, any special spot where you really enjoy performing?
You know what? We actually performed in Ragusa, actually on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, there had to be, I would say, about 15,000 people there. And it was a really gorgeous night. I thought that was unbelievable to me. That was just being in Italy, to me.
I know the feeling. Believe me, I know it.
But it's really nice. And I miss not going there this year, but I'm looking forward to next year.
Yeah. I want to get back there. It's been 10 years since I've been there, man. I'm dying to go back. Really. Where else have you toured? I mean, you toured other countries as well.
Well, I did Germany.
Okay.
I did London. And
nice.
That's pretty much as far as, going there. I've been to Canada, Montreal. This year I have a lot of festivals lined up. Again,
right.
if whatever happened, we don't know.
Right.
But I'm, I have things to go to California, to Nevada, to Florida. I have a bunch of stuff, And basically, I'll be honest with you, this is what I do on the weekends. This is not what I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is my passion. To me, this is just something I love doing.
That's
You know,
amazing, man. Because
but,
you're so great at what you do. It's amazing, really.
thank you. You're great. But listen, I hope you can make one of our shows. We're going to have a big show in February.
Absolutely.
We're hoping it's going to be in North Jersey, the Legacy Castle. I don't know if you ever heard of the place.
No, I've never heard of it.
I have to tell you this. They built this 3 years ago. It cost them $90 million to build this place.
Wow.
And it's a catering. It's surrounded by water. I mean, you could check it out. It's called the Legacy Castle. It's beautiful. If they allow us to do it, it's going to be a huge event. We're going to have a singer coming from Italy because I'll be touring with him, going to Montreal, possibly Toronto, and we're going to do New Jersey as well. So if you guys can make it, you'd be my guest.
Are you familiar with it? Are you familiar with another Italian singer named Michael Castaldo?
No.
He's from New Jersey and New York area.
Is he?
Yeah, he's an Italian an opera singer.
Oh, an opera. Okay. I'm sure if I see him, I know. But as far as the name goes, I don't remember.
Okay, just threw it out there. Okay.
But
I saw a photo of you. It looks a lot like Westbury Music Fair. Did you play Westbury Music Fair?
Yeah, you know what I did actually? I opened up for Sal Valentinetti.
Oh, okay, sure. I miss Sal.
Long Island, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's his hometown. And they wanted to do something Italian, so they go, "We got to get you," because I did the San Gennaro feast with Joe Causi.
Nice. My buddy Joe Causi.
Yeah, we got to get you on with Sal Valentinetti. So I don't know if you know, we went there. This is I think it was last year. I opened up. I'm into my fourth song, and the power goes out.
Oh, you're kidding me.
And it never returned back on.
Oh my God! So you got stuck on that stage because I know that stage rotates.
I don't know if you know Brian Rosenberg. Do you know him?
I don't know him personally, but I know who he is.
Okay, he's the promoter. He took me off. All the lights are up down. Only the extras are there, and they tell everybody you got to come back.
Oh man!
I don't know what happened. So then I came back for it was in February. It wasn't right on Valentine's Day, but we redid the show.
Right. I've met so many celebrities there backstage. So I'm really good friends with a lot of the security there and the people behind the scenes there. So I've been there so many times over the years.
It's unbelievable. The people that perform is unbelievable. And you're right. That first stage I went that goes round in a circle. It's like what's going on?
I know. Do you get dizzy on that thing? I mean, as it's going around.
You know what? It goes really slow. For me, it was okay, but I felt bad because I have the two girls. I don't know if you see. One's actually my daughter.
Really?
And they're two. I call them the bookends, whatever you want to call them.
So I always see these two beautiful girls with you. I was wondering. I said, were you related to them, or I was going to ask you that.
One's my daughter.
Wow.
And it's funny because she's a school teacher, but she also does dance. But the funniest thing is she told me I've always dreamed of. Because she's actually done a lot of background dancing on MTV, actually, too.
Oh, cool.
Really? Wow, nice.
Hip hop. But she goes to me, I always dreamed of being a backup dancer, but not for my dad.
Oh, that's great. Wow. You really get those crowds going, man. When I'm watching those videos, you're amazing. And what's the difference between doing a show like in Italy and doing a show here in New York and New Jersey, the United States? Is there a big difference, really? I mean, with the audiences?
No, you know what? Not really. Believe it or not, they just love the music. And if they know the song, you know what I do, Jimmy? I try to pick the right songs that I know people are going to know. So I always pick a song that people are going to know. They're going to sing with it. They're going to clap their hands. They're going to remember it. They get into it just like us. They really do.
You got so many great Baltimore. You did their song Tarzan Boy. Man, what a great job you did with that song. We used to play on WPLJ back when I was there in the 90s. Great song.
You know what? I always loved that song. And I said, it's a great song. I mean, I changed the beat a little. I made it a reggaeton, the beat, just to change it up.
Right.
But I always loved that song. So
great song. What a great song.
And you know what? Some people don't know the song. I mean, I think it's from the 90s or whatever it was, the exact year.
Yeah. It was around 90. I guess around 93, 94. I remember, being at PLJ, and I know we used to play it all the time. And then I heard you do it. I said, man, and you do such a fantastic job with these songs. They sound like they're your own songs, which is amazing.
Yeah, I try to put my own spin on it. That's why I said, Biagio, the Italian touch, I call it.
Yeah. In 2017, you worked with an international producer and remixer, Giuseppe D, who worked with Gloria Estefan and Whitney Houston. You released your first solo album, Biagio, the Italian touch. Tell me about that album.
That was great. Giuseppe's a great producer. I went to he's actually in West New York.
Is he? Okay.
He has one here and he's got a studio in Miami actually. So he
wow.
Around. But he's produced a lot of big, a lot of big artists. And because I have my own studio, like I said, because I play keyboards and everything. I took all my stuff, my track. I said, let's go there. And we just came up with an album. We said, what songs can we do? I kind of let him know which songs I wanted to do. And to me, I thought it was, to me it was magic because I enjoyed it. I like the way they came out. I like the way they sounded. And we just hit it off and we're still working together.
That's amazing. And I'm a huge fan of Lime, and you do Guilty, which is awesome.
Listen, I love Lime, and I'll tell you why I did Guilty. I'm sure you figured it out. I said, I think that's the only song where the girl's not singing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm like, every song she's singing, I got to do a song where the guy's only singing. So that's how we chose Guilty. I said, yeah, I know Guilty. Let's do Guilty.
That's a great song. I mean, you do so many great cover songs, and they sound like your own songs that you actually put out and wrote. You make them sound so good, and you do them such great in concert. I mean, and the people just go absolutely nuts from all the videos. And you got some new videos that you're working on, right? And you're releasing them coming up.
Yeah, I actually the newest one that's going to come out now is Dancing with the Moonlight. Now we're going back. I don't even know what year that was made. Dancing with the Moonlight. Like I said, that's why I love this. This. I know it's got to be 70s, I guess. I don't know, early 70s or whatever it was. Being out coming out with a video with that.
Cool.
And I don't know if you know Without You from Harry Nilsson.
Right.
I redid that one with a nice.
Oh, nice.
So, like I said, I like the older songs to bring it back, bring the energy back. Look, everyone is not going to be happy with it because a lot of these songs are ballads. I'm not trying to change anything. I'm just trying to bring out for, the younger generation to enjoy and us to say, hey, I remember that song.
Right. Yeah. How about songs like from the albums like that, that you like certain albums and there's songs on there that weren't hits. Would you consider them too? Yeah.
I mean, I looked, in fact, right now, again, I'm going to go to Italy again. Toto Cutugno is one of the biggest artists in Italy. I took an obscure song, which I'm going to come out with in December, and redid the whole thing. And I was fortunate enough to talk to him about it, and he loves it. He's like, wow, I put a little spin on it. That's all. I just try to breathe life into it to see if we could come back and maybe make a hit out of it. But, as long as people enjoy the music, that's all I care about.
Nice.
That means more than anything, performing and having fun.
I love the video you did with you have Honeymooners on there and Laurel and Hardy. That's a great video. I posted that a number of times on my Facebook page. How do you come up with that idea?
You know what?
Great idea, by the way.
I know Cella Lune is obviously everybody know. Every Italian wedding you go to, they're playing this song, right? So
absolutely, get some going.
I got to have fun with this song. So I'm starting to think. I go on the video. I said I got to throw. Obviously, Ralph Crandon. I'm a big Honeymooners fan. I said I got to throw.
Me too.
The Three Stooges. I had to throw Curly in there.
What a video, man! Great video
in there. I just wanted to have a real fun video that people could just look and laugh at, and that's what I did. And listen, it got I think it's got almost close to 2 million views, whatever it did. But that's a real fun song to do, and everybody loves that song.
It is. It's a great song. What about Without You? Another great song that you did.
Yeah, Without You is, what? It's a ballad, obviously, but I said, what? I think this song could look. Not every song works. I'm in the studio and I'm like, let's see. Some songs just don't sound right.
Right.
That song worked to me. I said, I think this song is going to work. And I got good radio play again. Not as much here. I guess here right now, better than me, Jimmy. Right. I guess now it's, whether it's syndicated. I don't know if the DJs decide what goes on the air anymore, or it's the program director. I don't know what happens.
Usually it works with a music director. Music director usually tells you what you have to play, and very rarely can you play what you want to play. I mean, it's unless it's like a request hour, and even with the request hours that you hear on the radio, it's usually recorded the day before. So what you're hearing as a request hour is not really that day. So everything is so tight with radio. Really, it's
so hard. It's so hard. But believe it or
yeah.
not, in Europe, they'll put it right on the radio. It'll go to whatever, syndication.
That's amazing.
They'll still let them go. The DJs actually, which is nice because you're like, hey, can you throw this on?
Yeah, I will too. I will do the same thing if you send it to me. I will put it on the radio right away. I'm the owner, so I can do whatever I want.
I appreciate it because it's so hard. In fact, when I did
I understand the struggle.
I don't know if you remember this song, Dominic the Donkey, I redid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was just going to ask you about that. When I worked at PLJ, Scott Shannon, he really, brought that song to fame because we started playing it during the morning show. And that's where it really came back from. And you do such a great job with that song. It's amazing, man. It's definitely great for the holiday season.
I told my wife, if anything's going to go on the radio, it's got to be this one. But that didn't work either.
Wow.
But I tried. But I had so much fun making that video because I rented a donkey and it took me forever to find one. Because everywhere they go, why do you want a donkey? We have ponies. I go, no, I want a donkey.
Wow.
So I actually put up we had a snow machine. I had to put up a snow machine. And, we did it actually, I think we did it in October. So the grass was still green, the leaves. So I was trying to make sure it looks more like a Christmas scene.
Wow.
But, I put it out. We had a lot of fun with that one, too.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, that is one of my favorite Christmas songs. I mean, of course, I said I'm a huge Lou Monte fan. And you just do such a fantastic job with that song. It's amazing.
Thank you.
And yeah, I said, PLJ really broke that record and really brought it to the fame that it has today because Scott Shannon was the first person to stop playing that song again. And it's so cool that I can put on YouTube and see you doing it, which is awesome.
What do you think of the music today, if you don't mind me asking you, Jimmy and Gina? Do you like the music of today? Or?
Jimmy, you can speak for that first.
You know what? I grew up with oldies. I grew up, in a household that would listen to, American Bandstand. My mom used to listen to American Bandstand. So I like the oldies. I grew up, with Tom Jones and Elvis and all that type of thing. So that's where it's really at for me. I worked at so many different radio stations and I worked at so many different formats. I did my first radio station. I was 19 years old, working up near the Poconos, and I was playing oldies of all things. So I was playing Dean Martin and stuff like that, which is stuff that I loved, and then I went to an adult contemporary station, which was a little bit different for me. And then I wound up doing top 40 at PLJ, with the morning shows and stuff. And that was great and everything. I love it. But, for me personally, I love the oldies, and I also like country because I worked at a few country radio stations. I didn't know country. I'm a guy from Brooklyn. I grew up in Canarsie, Brooklyn. Didn't know country at all. I had an opportunity to work at a station. I learned it. Now, once I learned it, I actually fell in love with it, love it. So that's where it's really at for me. So the music of today, I don't know. I'm not so crazy about a lot of the new stuff that comes out today.
I got you done, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Jimmy. I mean, and probably you too. The music today is just that doesn't have the same structure and level of success that the oldies have. The oldies, classic rock. Oldies, classic rock like Simon and Garfunkel. Well, just to name a few. I mean, the songs were written in a certain way that you remember the harmonies, the vocals, everything that was in the song is an integral part of the song. I was also a former musician, so I'm like you, Biagio. I look at the song and I try to take it apart.
Right.
And what I wanted to do in the 70s, I wanted to form a Chicago's Blood, Sweat, and Tears classic rock band with the same sound that Chicago had.
Oh, that would be great.
Couldn't find anybody.
Really?
I played trumpet for 14 and a half years. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But to make a long story short, I agree. Today's music is not the same. However, we have independent artists, as you guys know, like yourself, that will put to sleep mainstream artists in a heartbeat. And a lot of them are from other older bands, that but you just don't know the name. So that's what I got to say. A lot of the bands are great. I'm friends with a lot of the guys from bands. But the thing is, the music today just it doesn't set me on fire. I don't even get excited about it. And I still love country music too, because I love country music from the 80s. That's the Kenny Rogers era, and all them great ballads and songs were just amazing.
So many good songwriters. I mean, one comes to mind is like, listen, Lionel Richie, to me, some of the songs that he wrote.
Great. Oh, absolutely.
But I got to tell you, even in Italy right now, Sanremo is like the biggest song festival when they pick a winner every year. People in Italy despise, they won't even watch it anymore. They hate the music. So that's,
do they really? Wow.
They're yearning for what we grew up with. Just like we're yearning and saying, wow, I like the 50s, I like the 60s, I like the 70s. That's what they're yearning for. I mean, there was more collaboration between the members in the band.
Yeah.
You don't see that anymore. I mean,
right.
It's unfortunate. And look, I give kudos. I mean, there's great music out there, I know, but doesn't have the same personal touch and feel that I think that these older songs have. The music that we grew up with. That's something I think our kids are missing.
Yep.
You know?
I gotta agree. I mean, it sounds like you need your own freaking radio show. No, that's why I formed the radio station, because there was no good music back in 96, 97. There was, I wanted my daughters to know the older music, like the Jerry Vales, the Dean Martins, and all the songs that we heard at Italian weddings that we all loved.
Exactly.
Even Pat Cooper. But
my family used to love him.
Right? I do too. I think he's great. But the thing is,
Absolutely.
what are you going to do? You can't change the time. So what you can do is change people's thinking.
Absolutely.
Music does that.
You know what's really funny? My son's a DJ. He's 23. So you get out of my son. When he was growing up, I remember, I think it was called Guitar Hero.
Right. Yes, I remember.
All the songs were what? Led Zeppelin, Biagio.
AC/DC, yep. Aerosmith.
So the funny thing, he's 23. He loves the music we grew up with. He plays Motown. He goes, this is the best music ever. He's playing 80s.
Absolutely.
He goes, Dad, I love this music. I'd rather play this.
Wow.
Great bass lines. Come on. The bass
lines
are amazing.
It's incredible.
Start the song. Yeah, they were just amazing.
Absolutely. And that's part of the reason why, I enjoy doing what I do, because I'm doing songs that I grew up with that I like.
Yeah, that's where it's at, man. When you do something that you grew up listening to, but even for me, you see a lot of celebrities on my Facebook page and stuff. The people that I meet that I used to watch growing up, or the singers that I used to listen to growing up, was really a thrill for me. When I used to watch Batman when I was meeting Adam West, it was outrageous for me. Those are the people that really, when I come home, I say, wow, I can't believe I met them. I never met a lot of different people, but that's where it's at for me, really.
Wow. Yeah, but Jimmy, but I'm telling you, I can't believe how many people you've met. It's unbelievable. Every day I try to see who's going to be with Jimmy today.
I have about it's got to be up to almost 2,000 pictures I think I have on Facebook, which is amazing.
I was going to say, wow, he knows everybody.
I got to meet Michael Stern. Michael Stern is, I don't know if you know who Michael Stern is. Yes. Michael Stern is one of the guys that was with I Love Lucy and all the
nice
older people, that Carol Burnett and everybody from California. And he's been in every picture. And I interviewed him not long ago, Jimmy. You might want to interview him, but he's such a great guy, and he knows everybody just like you.
Does he?
He's got pictures with everybody.
Well, I said he's got to be. Jimmy has more. I've seen some people that show they were with celebrities. I said nobody beats Jimmy. It's impossible.
Today, when Doc, you had called, we were putting together the show today, and I had just gotten off the phone with Jack Jones today, a friend of mine from. Another legend, man, and he's gonna be on the show soon.
Wow.
But I was actually talking to. He lives out in Palm Springs. He's been a friend of mine for a long time, and so when we were talking, I just got off the phone with Jack Jones today, so I'm looking forward to that.
Another great voice right there from many years ago.
Yeah, legend.
You know what song I'm working on now? You're gonna probably get a kick out of this, and I'll tell you because sometimes I keep it secretive. But just to show you, I'm sure you know the song "Sugar Sugar."
Yes, the Archies. Sure.
Yeah, Mondante. Yeah.
Yep.
Great song, right? So
great song.
Not that I have to change much, but I said, you know what? I want to do a little spin on that. And you know what? Like I said, I don't do it to try to change anything because it's a hit song. I just try to do something the way I like to do, a song if I had to perform it out. And that's what I look at.
Mhm.
But that's what I'm working on right now. I'm
Mhm.
actually
And
ready for my Valentine.
oh wow, I love the way that your take on the songs are just amazing, man, and it jams, and you just want to put it on and dance, and that's
I,
where it is with the Biagio.
thank you. I
You know?
appreciate it. Really.
Out of all the songs you've done, do you have a personal favorite? Something that you just love doing?
You know what? There was a singer in Italy called Little Tony. This is funny because Italy copies a lot of everybody wants USA, USA,
Mhm.
USA. He copied Elvis Presley, believe it or not. I mean, he
Really?
hair like Elvis Presley. He wore the jumpsuits like Elvis Presley.
Wow.
He passed too, but I did a few of his songs, and people loved the way I did it, and I just kind of like his music. And a lot of people said, "Wow, you even sound like him. Why don't you do an impersonation of him?" I said, "No, I'm not into that."
Wow.
I doing Elvis. I said, "No, I'm not doing a impersonation of a Little Tony."
It's
But
funny.
I like his music though.
Yeah, I've done a lot of stuff with Elvis. You know, I'm a big Elvis fan, so I've done a lot of stuff with Graceland over the years. I've been on Elvis radio. I'm friends with a lot of Elvis's personal friends, and one of his, I worked with George Klein, one of his best buddies, and he always used to tell me. I used to ask him about the Elvis impersonators. He goes, none of them look like Elvis. He goes, they all look like each other, but they don't look like Elvis. He goes, and he personally knew him, so I was like, wow, okay,
Oh yeah, we know better than anybody, obviously.
of course, of course. It's pretty funny. So, are you going to do any Elvis songs?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I mean he's Elvis. Are you kidding me? But
Of
you know what?
course.
Times I don't want people because once in a while, look, you're gonna get some fans who love what you're doing, and some people saying, why'd you change your song? I'm not trying to change a song.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to take a song that I enjoy playing and put in the way I feel the song. The way if I went out to perform, the way I'd perform.
Right.
I'm not change a song. It's a hit song. These songs are historic.
Right.
These are legends that I'm doing the songs for. I'm just trying to put my spin on the song to say, hey, if I would redo this song, this is the way I would do it.
Right. When you sit down and listen to music, what do you listen to?
I listen to everything, believe it or not.
Yeah. Okay.
I listen to everything.
Good. No, I was going to say you were with some bands, right? Can you tell us some of the bands?
Well, I had the band. Listen, when I was in high school, I was in. Obviously we played in the gym.
Oh, cool.
We were playing AC/DC. We were playing Foreigner. We were doing all that kind of music. Then I went into an Italian band, and that's when we started doing weddings because clubs weren't paying the money that we wanted to.
Right.
I mean, even if we could play, obviously, American music, we're like, we're not going to make money. And let's get into the wedding circuit. So we were doing really well. I mean, we were doing like 110, 120 events a year because back then, nobody hired DJs. There were no DJs. It was all bands. So I would actually play for a christening, a band, a confirmation band. That's all we did. So I enjoyed playing. And, we had the light set up, the smoke machines. We went out with kinds of equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And, we were making good money. We were wherever they wanted us. We played. Look, we even went to the bands from New Jersey. We went to Chicago.
Wow.
To Chicago. We were jumping all over the place, but we were having fun. We still get together once in a while, the band.
That's nice.
Five guys and a girl, six piece, and we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun doing that. Doing all the types of weddings. I could probably write a book with weddings, what we went.
Well, I could imagine. I started as a party DJ. I used to DJ in my local parish over here, Holy Family. That's how I started. And then as I got into radio, when I was on PLJ, I used to load up the PLJ van with my speakers and all my equipment. I'd go to parties with the PLJ van and give out T-shirts at the same time. So I'd make a PLJ appearance at the same time.
Wow, Jim. And I guess it was vinyl back then, right? Or what were you playing? Were you doing?
I was playing vinyl. Most of it was vinyl. Yep.
Look at that.
There was no CDs at that point. Yeah.
And you were bringing crates of music with you, probably.
About 7 crates of music. Yep. I'd carry all that stuff. It was like, forget it. I used to hire someone to carry all the stuff, of course, because it was just so much. But I used to love doing parties. I did many. Back in the day, Brooklyn had a lot of block parties, so I DJ'd a lot of block parties. I did events at the Knights of Columbus and the American Legion and the local churches here, and that's really how I started. And then I started to enjoy. A lot of times I'd get them going, with the microphone and stuff. And I said, one day I'd like to get into radio, and then I went to broadcasting school and and that's how that all started for me. So I actually started as a party DJ. That's what I did.
That's great.
Yeah. So
And
it's
Gino, were you a DJ as well? I know you were a musician.
I was a DJ. I started out as a DJ in schools and stuff like that, and I did a little bit at FM radio, and then I went into work on cars and did the singing and the audio, all the stuff. I'm a Gemini. Look, dude, I believe I do everything: baseball, sports, everything. I did it all. I lived a life of like 100 people in like less than 50 years. I mean,
wow.
My story could be told in a book someday, hopefully.
Well, maybe
I even wrote a song. I told Jimmy last year I wrote a song. I haven't wrote a song for like years. And I wrote a song and it became nominated for a Grammy Award. I said, are you freaking kidding me?
That's amazing. Wow.
Right? I mean, come on. Who expected that? It's called Bonfire. And it's about burning desire that an independent artist has, because I've been playing independent artists for 26 years. But the burning desire they have to succeed and then bring other people in. So that's what a bonfire does. Brings more, and then it's 5 country artists on it and Grammy Award nomination. So thank you.
That's amazing.
Congratulations. Yeah. That is great. That's fantastic.
Do you when you find songs now, do you write songs too?
I do write songs. I mean, I've written songs, but it's kind of hard in an original, like, you know what it is when you're performing out, it's like a band, even if it's a band that has hit songs, people just want to hear the hit. They don't care about anything else.
Right. You're right about that.
So when I go out there, I never try doing one of my originals. Even if they give me the time to, I was like, you know what? Let's do the songs that people know.
Wow.
So, but I do it for myself. I write some stuff, I'm a piano player, like I told you. So I'll write a lot of stuff, but I put it in the back burner unless I think it's really good. But normally when I go out, I'm doing, the stuff that I put out already.
Wow.
Very good. Very good.
One of my grandfather's favorite songs was, let me see if I'm going to say this right. Hey, compadre? Is that how it is?
Hey, compadre.
That's it. All right. I said it okay. But yeah. He used to listen to that all the time. And it was, I guess it was Julius LaRosa who actually did that song back in the day. And you do such a great job with that song. It's amazing. I had that blasting in my house the other day.
I appreciate, and you know what I did with that song, Jimmy? I don't know if you realize what I did. Because it says o saxofone, o friscoletto. That's what he's talking about. Yeah. He's talking about, all right, the gentleman's talking about musical instruments.
That's right. Yeah.
So I said, I'm going to change the beat, but I'm going to start naming the Italian different regions of Italy. So I said, come ballano I calabresi, come ballano I romani. So what I'm saying is, hey, compadre, ci vuoi suonare? How do the Romans dance? How does the Calabria dance? How does the dance? How does Sicilian? And you know what happens? When people in Italy hear their regions, they go nuts.
Yeah.
So, hey, you Calabrese, hey, all the Calabrese. That's why I get such a good feedback on that song. I'm talking about all the regions of Italy.
Oh, that's so cool.
So that's what I did. I changed the words of that song. That's the only song I changed the words.
Absolutely love the video. The video is unbelievable. Such a fun video to watch.
Yeah, I showed all the different,
yes.
Like Naples, what Naples is famous for, what Sicily's famous for. That's what I try to do.
Everybody has to check out your YouTube page.
Yeah.
There's so many great songs on there, so many great videos. God, really good stuff.
I have, I enjoy doing it. My wife, laughing at me, she goes, another one? I go, yeah. What else am I going to do?
I know.
Wow. So what's next for you? Any plans that have in your mind that you're going to do in the future? Anything?
Well, like I said, we were supposed to have all these events this year. So right now I'm just recording some new songs, like I was letting you know.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to do something huge for Valentine's, which I hope.
Oh, nice. Cool.
And you're my guest.
Thank you.
And after that, I have a bunch of festivals, whether they're going to go on or not, in Florida and Vegas. We don't know. This is March, April going on.
Right.
And I tour Italy May and June.
Wow.
Who knows? Because right now they're on lockdown. They're worse than us right now.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Have you been to Las Vegas? You've done Vegas before?
Yeah, I've done it. And there's a San Gennaro out there too. Obviously, they have a San Gennaro.
Yes, I've seen that. Yeah,
that's the one I'm going to do. It's a 2-day event that I was going to be at.
Cool. Yeah, I know they invited me a couple of times to the Italian American Club there
Oh, okay.
when I've been out there. So yeah, in fact, a friend of mine is just got a gig there doing I think New Year's Eve there. So yeah, that's pretty popular there. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and
Italian is big there.
you know what's funny? I didn't realize all these different pockets in different states. I thought New Jersey was it. New Jersey and New York is where all the Italians are, but there's different
No,
in every state where there's Italians like you wouldn't believe. I got to tell you, even Montreal in Canada, it's
hmm
unbelievable.
really?
The Italian
Wow,
population. Yeah,
wow.
unbelievable. And you know what? They want to have fun. They want to go
Well,
out, especially now with everything that's going on. They want to go out and have fun.
Biagio, it's not only the Italians though that like this. There's a lot of
Oh,
other people that love Italian music. Be honest with you,
yeah. No, you're probably right. You know, when I talk to anybody else, the only reason they go to an Italian festival, they want the tables.
Yeah, yeah.
A
How
lot
many
of
times
people
have
went to the weddings because of the Italian music
Right. There you go. You're
and
probably
the
right.
cannolis and all the other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they love the food. How can listen, when they shut down San Gennaro this year, I thought
yeah.
we had a chance of having it, but there was no way.
Wow. Did you do the Feast of St. Rosalia in Brooklyn? Have you done that
Uh,
one?
I was supposed to do 2 nights.
Oh, okay.
It was in August. Yes, the Santa Rosalia feast. Yeah, it was
Wow.
two. Obviously, like I said, everything just got shut down.
I also you work with another friend of mine, Angelo Venuto. I know you've done stuff with him, right?
Angelo Venuto's a great guy. Great.
Yeah, yeah.
Look, he opened it up. He had that song L'Italiano, which
Yep. Yeah.
that went crazy. I was shocked when I heard it on the radio. I go, they're playing an Italian song on the radio? Because I think before that, the only Italian song that I recall that was a hit was Volare
Right.
that played here. But you never heard an Italian song being played on the radio?
And
No, that
Pepino,
was the first one.
the Italian mouse.
Oh, I was going to ask him about. That's my favorite Italian song.
I love that song,
It?
man. I love it. I grew up with that. Go ahead.
They actually play that on the radio. I don't remember that. Really?
Yeah. Actually, one of the shows I play, it's called Frank Todd's Top 20. He plays it on there. And
Love that song.
I love hearing it. It brings me back to when I was a kid every freaking time.
Yeah.
And it's because everybody's telling me, why don't you do a remix of that one?
That would be cool.
good.
I was going to ask you if you ever did anything with that. That's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, it's a good song. It's absolutely a good song.
Then
It's
Lou
fun.
Monte actually did an answer to that song, didn't he? I mean, there was another song that was like sort of an answer of the cat talking about the mouse or something like that.
Yeah, I think I titled that, but you're right.
Yeah, there was an answer to it. It was pretty funny.
Now, am I correct in saying Lou Monte has a son that has a band?
You know, I don't know. You know, I became, when we broke that record in New York, Dominic the Donkey, I became friends with his manager. I think he's passed now, but I became friends with his name was George, and he was Lou Monte's manager. And
Okay.
of course, Lou had already passed away and stuff. And he knew I was a big fan. He sent me over some pictures of Lou and Frank Sinatra. Sent me over some personal pictures that Lou had and stuff. So, but it was just, Lou is such a great entertainer and stuff. And you are a lot like Lou Monte, I think.
No,
With the feel that you put on your songs.
that's a huge compliment. It's funny. A couple of people told me, said, "Wow, you remind me of Lou Monte. You're taking these songs," and I said, "Look, I wish I'm not even close to that league." I said, "Look, I'm not doing these songs. I'm not coming up with them. I'm just taking them and trying to bring them out there again. That's all I'm doing, But that's a huge. Thank you.
Yeah, great stuff. So, I mean, it's such an honor to have you on this show, man. And as I said, I'm such a big fan of your music. Really, I put it on all the time. My family listens to it. My mom loves it. I mean, we've been playing your videos and stuff, and it's just unbelievable. I can't wait to come and see you in concert.
Listen, I would love to have it. Hopefully, we have it in February. Obviously, we'll talk during the holidays. And
Oh, absolutely, sure.
Love to have you over.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
I want to give you a shout out too, Biagio, because one of my friends, Fulvio Sincere, he's actually a film producer, I think from Italy. He is in New Jersey now. He's been stuck here for 6 months. He's filming all the independent music artists in the Jersey Shore for documentaries. And I sent him our link for the show, and he said, "Good job, good show." So he wanted to give you a shout out.
That's great, fantastic.
Yeah, such an honor to have you on here, really, man.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah,
and it's so cool to actually talk to. I mean, I see you every day on Facebook, and we comment on each other's stuff, and such an honor, really, to talk to you in person, which is awesome.
I could tell. Believe it or not, isn't it funny? Sometimes just on Facebook, without speaking to somebody, you could tell what that person's about.
Really? Yeah, I know. It's amazing, really.
I'm not saying I get it right all the time, but I said when I said Jimmy's a great guy, I saw it already. I said this
Oh,
guy's,
thank you.
and it's true. You know, it's funny how sometimes just looking at the way people react or their comments or what they're posting, you know a little bit about them without even meeting them.
Thank you. You know, I felt the same way about you actually when I been corresponding with you and stuff, and the music is just, as I said, is unbelievable. You know, I'm a huge fan, really.
Listen, I truly appreciate that. You know, I wish more people were, down to earth. Look, we're all here to have some fun and, enjoy life as much as we can.
Absolutely. You're always welcome back on here. Anytime you want to come back on this show, you are welcome on my show in Hamilton Radio. And such a great honor having you, really.
I appreciate it. So
Nope.
I would like to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone and hope to see you guys soon and happy holidays. All right.
Yeah. Before you go, Biagio, give your information, how people can find you, where your contact information for your music, that stuff.
Thank you. You could just go to biagiomusica.com and everything's there as far as, where to contact me or my email. Everything's there.
And you're on Facebook. People can find you on Facebook.
Yep. That's what I use more than anything is more Facebook. Listen,
and YouTube too. People can go to YouTube and find your music, man. All those great videos. All those great videos. Have to check it out.
I don't know nothing about social media. I had to talk to my kids. What is this?
Wow.
No, I hear you there. I definitely hear you.
Yeah, it's all new to me too. I mean, all this computer stuff. When I first started, I was telling Doc when I first started in radio. Everything was records and stuff like that. I mean, so now all this computer stuff is all brand new to me. So I'm learning as we go here. So
yeah, it's funny, but listen, thanks so much again. All right, I appreciate everything and happy Thanksgiving. Hope to see you guys soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Biagio. I appreciate it, man. Happy Thanksgiving. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Wow, good show, Jimmy.
Thank you.
We learned a lot from him. He was a really nice guy. Really nice guy, too.
Very nice guy. Very nice guy. His music is really great. I actually have been a really big fan of his music, and I've been listening to a lot of it lately. And I love that Italian music that jams. Because when I DJ'd parties, I would do this whole section where I played Luna and there's a Peppino the Italian Mouse and all these, and people would just go crazy. They would love that stuff. People were like, well, we're not Italian. But you know what? It jammed and people got up and danced.
You don't have to be the nationality to enjoy the music, right? You don't have to be.
You don't have to be.
I don't have to be black to enjoy Motown. I don't have to be black to enjoy any type of music, whatever. I mean, I'm who I am. I love music.
That's right, exactly. So what do we have next coming up, Doc, on the show? Anything new?
You got, do you want to tell them who you got coming up? I think you already did earlier. You said Jack Jones, but.
Well, yeah, that's going to be probably, he's working on a brand new album right now. And, and he's been sick. But hopefully we're going to get him probably in the beginning of the new year. So, hopefully he'll be feeling better and he'll have his new album out. He could talk about that. But next week we have a really funny comedian. He's been on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno. He's been on Comedy Central and all these, comic shows. His name is Rocky Laporte. He's going to be my guest next week, and that's going to be a fun show. He's a very funny comedian.
How about my good friend Mike Marino? Do you like Mike?
Mike Marino. I don't know if I'm too familiar with his stuff.
He's a funny Italian guy.
Is he really? Okay, cool.
Out of his basement.
Oh, okay. Wow. You know what? Let's get him on, Doc.
I would get him on. And then, of course, there's other people we've been trying to get on. Patty Smythe, which is, from Scandal and on her own. She's got a brand new album out. Want to talk about that. We have, of course, who else? David Clayton Thomas from Blood, Sweat, and Tears. I'm working on him. A couple other people. I don't know, when they're going to come on. I'm just saying we're working on them. So
awesome. That's great. That's great. And I'm continuing to work on, a lot of old TV stars. I specialize in that area. So I'm working on something.
Because a lot of them have the time, but the agents sometimes just don't want it.
Exactly.
They don't need the extra stress. They don't know how to use this.
They don't know how to use the technology, which is true. I've heard that, So, but are you there, Doc? I think I lost Doc. I don't know if we're still on. All right. So anyway, well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in today, and I hope you enjoyed the show. And I hope to see you next week with my guest, Rocky Laporte Thank you so much. I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the holidays and enjoy Thanksgiving. And we will talk to you soon. Have a great day.